Good morning. Welcome to Monday, this 4th of July holiday weekend. I am Naima Singletary. Welcome to Command the World stage. Today's topic is self-sabotage when you get close to your power. You are powerful beyond measure. You are powerful beyond measure. Take that in. I know that I'm talking to the choir when I say that. You are powerful beyond measure. If you're new here for the first time, I am here every weekday at 8 a.m. Pacific for 15 minutes until July 22nd, giving some kind of golden nugget for you as it relates to you commanding the world stage, coming out unapologetically, and commanding cash, okay? And that's surface level, really. Underneath it, it's you coming into the greatest power, into your zone of genius, really doing what you came here for. Hence today's topic. Do you self-sabotage when you get close to your power? So my specialty is power. If you're new here, my specialty is power. Full, unadulterated power. I call it forbidden power. Now, I'm inviting you, before I get into the nugget I'd like to give to you today, I'm inviting you into Cash on Camera. Because I'm live here today and I'm in the mood, I'd love to hear from folks who are live with me, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. What do you want to say? What topics would you like me to elaborate on? Where are you struggling right now? What do you desire at a heart level? What's been your most recent struggle as it relates to visibility, power, telling the truth? I spoke with a woman on Saturday who is a belly dancer. And she talked about how whenever she knows that her work requires that she be on camera and show her body. And she notices that when it's time for her to do video, or she's put together a plan and she's ready to implement it, that she'll eat rice pasta. That's what she said is her thing that makes her feel bloated and fat and insecure on camera. And it's a tricky way that she realized this is how she self-sabotages. What do you do when it's time for you to get visible, when it's time for you to say what you really want to say? What do you do? How do you kill it? How do you disconnect yourself from the power? Do you go scroll social media for 3 hours and you look at the clock and say, I really just gave social media 3 hours of my life and it helped me get nowhere? Do you suddenly have to go wash the dishes and mop the floor and do things that you've never done before in the house under the name of, well, I gotta keep the house clean. I gotta be responsible. Do you go suddenly want to eat a fucking gallon of ice cream? Do you suddenly want to go call people? Oh, let me call and see how she's doing. Let me call my dad. How my kids doing? Let me check on them. Let me go. This is just a few of the ways self-sabotage shows up. And I want you to know it's okay. You're not alone. Like, we're all going through this. All of us. You're not the only one. I know it may feel like it, but you're not. And that's a good thing. It's one of the several reasons why Cash on Camera exists, okay? Now, what do you do about this? So these days, I am strongly recommending a book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's a popular book. You may or may not have heard of it before, but in there, he talks about this very topic, self-sabotage, as we get close to, as he calls it, our zone of genius. Now, I've been coaching for 11 years. I've had the privilege of having the front row seat of women from all over the world for 11 years at different socioeconomic levels. This does not affect poorer women differently than it does rich women. It affects the exact same, okay? It's just oftentimes when you have more money, you have more elaborate ways to self-sabotage. So whereas somebody who has less money may just endlessly give their life to social media for hours on end, a woman who has money may globetrot around the world as a way to distract herself. She'll get caught up in activities that cost money. She'll go here, do that, go to this party, go to this, do this, because she has the means, the financial means to do so. But it's still self-sabotage, just on a different level. Okay. In this book, Gay talks about, as a person, he doesn't talk about it as women, he talks about it as people are coming into their zone of genius, their power, okay, their zone of genius, i.e. their power, how we sabotage and how to fix it. First of all, is awareness, like this woman who told me on Saturday about, she knows when it's time to show her body on camera as a belly dance instructor. She'll eat things that make her feel fat, bloated, my stomach hurts. Now I can't be hot and amazing and sexy on camera. Oh, well, I guess I can't get on camera today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Maybe now's not the time. See, this isn't for me. Look at, right? And then the spiraling down. Oh, I'm not fit to do this. Look at me, Tara. I can't lead anybody. And then you just beat your own self up in your head. And at least, no, look, you're not alone. This is what we do. Okay. So how do you fix it? One, awareness. She was able to tell me this, so she has awareness around it. Number two, what's the cost? This is a really powerful exercise I want you to take with you today. What is the cost? Write it down. What is the cost of you sabotaging yourself? What do you lose? Do you die a little bit every day? Have you connected with that yet? Have you lived long enough and tracked to see how much of your life has wasted away? And you have connected with that. Like, wow, I'm 43. Like, wow, I'm 35. And I'm just getting older. And look at me wasting, especially if you have one of those phones that tells you how many hours a week you are on social media. Wow, I was 15 hours on social media this week. Like, track your time, track it. Put this as a goal. You're going to track for the rest of this week. You're going to track how much time you spend on social media. Oh my God, I'm 35 years old and I give Instagram and Facebook and TikTok 15 hours a day or a week of my life. That is 60 hours a month. And that's if it's 15 hours a week. It could be more. I'm giving social media 60 hours a month of my life, and it's giving me nothing. It's giving me more fear. It's making me compare myself to this and that. It's making me feel like a loser. It's helping me feel more fear. And look at what I am choosing to do. What is the cost of this? Continuing to spiral, continuing to not live my mission. Okay, so that's part of the assignment. The next part of the assignment is, why does it even matter? Why does it matter? Like, who cares? Like, why does it matter to you? Have you gotten quiet long enough? Like, you got off social media and you got quiet enough, got out of busyness, sat down, got quiet enough and really sat with yourself, not just your thoughts going in the same thoughts you've been thinking, going in circles, but really sat and thought and felt, and looked at your life. Why? Why is it important for you to become who you know you're meant to become, to say what you know you're meant to say? Why? Only you can answer that truly. Why? What impact do you imagine? And believe me, it's greater than you can imagine. What impact do you imagine will be had? Write this down. This is your homework. And then for those of you who are connected even deeper, because we're all on our own path and journey, right? And we're all at different levels of graduation. If you know that you are meant to be great, I need you to come close. Come close. Many people are on this, what's my purpose? They're very just bored with the consequences of their choices in life. They look around at their life and they're bored. They're uninterested in their own life. They're disappointed in themselves. They don't like who they are. And they're not necessarily really tapped into the fact that they were born to be great. Then there's another breed of you. You've known since you were young that you were born to be great. You're not looking for your purpose. You're not like, I'm bored. What am I going to do with my life? You're not subscribing to things frivolously and not showing up because it's there and you ain't got shit to do. You're not just like mindlessly, like you're very aware that you're running from your power. You're very aware of how great you are. You keep it right outside of you. It's like right there under the surface. And now somebody got to ask you a question and you're in tears. All you got to do is give yourself, you ain't even got to dig deep. You ain't got to reach because it's right there. You already know. You've known for a long time. I'm talking to you right now, okay? It is not going away. Just because you wait another year, you wait until Christmas, you wait until the kids go to college, you wait until you lose 10 pounds, you wait until you feel better, you wait until some magical moment, like suddenly you're going to get doused with something, like it's not going away. Nobody can take it from you. Nobody can give it away. It is just waiting for you to make the decision that from where you are right now, no matter what it looks like, that you're going to allow your genius to have the absolute space in your life. Absolutely. And literally, this is not an ego scratch. Literally, there are people whose lives will be fundamentally transformed because you let your genius run your life. This world does a hell of a good job stabbing you in the heart of your genius, doesn't it? It does a hell of a good, you do it. You do it yourself. Our unconscious programming, and you know what I'm talking about. The movies, the men, the women, what we've inherited, what has been deepened into us based on our lived experience. And when it comes time to really let that part of you that is it's incontrovertible. It knows. Once you are in there, nothing else can touch it. It's its own language, it's its own family, it's its own vibration, it's its own knowing. That is the domain I'm talking about. Cash on Camera is for those of you who are going to graduate. You're going to incubate yourself inside this 5 days. You're going to do the work. You're going to touch that spot into you. You're going to touch it. And you're going to make the decision because you're going to be held in that way. Nobody else can help you in this way. Power is my zone of genius. And it is I know what it takes because I've walked my own path. And there are certain things that it relates to a genius that only a genius who has walked that path can talk to. This is not out of a book. Like nobody can read The Big Leap and come to you and say, well, because your zone of genius works like this, and you need to do this. And what works is this. No, you got to be in the gutter to talk to somebody about the gutter. You got to be in the light to talk to somebody about the light. You got to be in the dark to talk to somebody about the dark. You can't stand outside the dark while I'm in the dark and talk to me about the dark. Huh? So the reason why, so first of all, go read the book, okay? The Big Leap. Let that be, it's a medicine you take to help you start to look at how to handle your self-sabotage. Okay, read it close, read it deep, read it intimately, take it in, apply. He asks questions in there, answer them. Okay, then come into Cash on Camera. We start July 25th, but women are already being welcomed in starting today. As a matter of fact, all the women who come in this week, they're going to have 2 modules from my 8-week module of the More Than Enough Wealth Consciousness program, because this Cash on Camera, part of it obviously is wealth consciousness. So I'm here to tell you, you're not alone when it comes to the self-sabotage. Start reading The Big Leap. If you're already in connection with your genius, your power, you already know that Cash on Camera is for you. You already know that what I bring to you is home. So let's do it. Also, if you ain't got time to wait till July 25th, DM me if you're ready to move. We have some things on the horizon. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of energy and power to wield. You have it too. We're gonna clean up your mind. We're gonna clean up your relationship with your pussy. We're gonna clean up your eating. We're gonna clean up your heart, get you pure. See, because real power is incontrovertible. People can throw, you can get fucked up at the core level. Yeah, you can have your heart stabbed. You can have your cervix sliced and penetrated. All those deep things that women fear. You think that as you get closer to your power, it's gonna overwhelm you. You're not gonna know what to do with it. Nah. You're gonna be unfucking controvertible, period. And then when you get to that level, you can only fuck with power. You can only fuck with power, real power. No ego, no competition, no one-upping, no nastiness, none of that petty. It swallows all of that. And you can stand online and offline with everybody. Your mom, your sister, your husband, with you, with your deepest parts, and really play the game, the fuck that you was born to play. If you don't get to this level of power, if you are unwilling to get to this level of power and you know that you're great, just quit. Like, and I mean it, like you might as well just end it. Otherwise, you're gonna suffer the worst suffering that a human can suffer. If you're great and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So get your ass inside of Cash on Camera, get your accountability partner to come on in on, because you know, players, winners play with winners. It's not about better than and all. Winners play with winners. And when you know you're great, your job is to claim that, go and serve others, period. So I look forward to seeing you inside of Cash on Camera. Get your accountability partner, share the link with them. The link is on Facebook. It will be with this video. And remember, I'm here every weekday at 8 a.m. Pacific to give you a quickie. And then we're going deeper inside of Cash on Camera. Register with the link with this video. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go.